Hey guys, this is Grim coming at you with another one, and I guess you guys know what it is.
What? A Gundam?
Okay, so today we have the Nt1 Alex 2.0 Master Grade. First of all, let's get into it. It looks pretty decent, almost anime accurate, with a little few adjustments here or there, stuff like that. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of the proportions of it, but so far, other than that, the actual kit itself looks pretty awesome. The Alex actually is from the Gundam movie called War in a Pocket. It's actually a pretty decent anime. You guys should actually check it out. It doesn't pair in the series, well, in the movie till probably about maybe coming down to the ending or close to the ending. But other than that, it's actually it has a really good storyline. Okay, so let's get into the build. It's actually a pretty straightforward kit. As you can see, this one here, it's painted up and everything like that. It's also deckled. Couple of panel lines here or there. Nothing, too extravagant in the color choices. This is pretty much what the kit looks like out of the box when built. If we come in a little bit closer, you can actually see the detail in this guy. Firstly, if you look at the head, we have a camera to the top. This here is a sticker here to the front. We turn them to the back. There's also a camera to the back as well. There's no stickers, just a green clear piece. If you notice, there's some hyper silver pieces for the thrusters, as well as there are hyper silver pieces for the Gatling guns in his arm. If you open up the arm, you can see the Gatling guns. So this is one of the gimmicks that the Alex has, is that he has Gatling guns in both arms. As you know, here's where the cockpit area is. This here's a sliding door with the pilot figure inside. He has a lot of verniers all over him. He has some gigantic thrusters in the legs, as well as underneath. He has amazing part separation, which is good. As well as very similar to the RX-78 with the beam sabers attached to the backpack. So let's take a look at some of the accessories that he comes with. Okay, so starting off, here we have the decal sheet. These are stickers. This kit didn't came with any dry transfers or water slides or anything like that, but they're okay. I mean, you don't really have to put much on. I mean, it's an option if you want to, put on more. Here we have the beam rifle. It's, to be honest with you, the beam rifle is very plain. It's not really, aesthetically pleasing to say, like with part separation or any kind of thing like that. The only thing that's kind of okay with it is that the magazine actually comes out. Magazine itself, it's basically one color. I guess if you want, you could probably add a little bit more detail, maybe put some silver to the top to highlight the bullet or anything like that. But I mean, it basically just slides in, and he has satisfying click. But like I said, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of it. It's very plain. Could probably maybe detail it up a little bit more to give it some zazz or whatever. But to be honest with you, I'm probably not gonna display it with this weapon. So as I said, he's very similar to the RX-78. So he has the beam sabers to the backpack. He also comes with 2 additional beam effects to be used with the beam sabers. He also comes with 4 pairs of interchangeable hands. So right now, here we have the relaxed hands. We have a pair of closed fists. And we also have some generalized holding weapon hands, as well as we also have trigger hands. So each hand has a trigger hand to use with the gun, with the beam rifle. So here we go with this. He comes with his shield. The shield is actually pretty cool. The shield has a gimmick in a sense whereby it works in conjunction with the Gatling guns on his hands. This piece here raises up, so he could be firing the Gatling guns while still holding the shield. So it's kind of cool. The shield has some articulation in a sense whereby it could rotate right here. .360 without a problem. It has a handle, which is right here. This piece here can move up and down, which is kind of good. and it's actually very easy for him to hold it. All it is that it clips to the top here and then slots on top of the Gatling gun itself. So by just clicking here and here, it's on, and it's actually a pretty solid connection by itself. It doesn't necessarily have to hold the handle, but it could actually be easily slipped in, and there you go. Pretty solid. The Alex comes with 3 figures, one being the pilot figure, which is in the cockpit, which is a generic pilot figure, which is supposed to represent Christina, the pilot in War in the Pocket. And we also get Alfred, which is the main character of War in the Pocket. The story basically revolves around this little guy here. And you also get a figurized version of Bernard, the Xeon pilot, who is also featured in the movie. The Alex also comes with a broken V-fin, which if you watch the movie, it basically has. He also comes with a bazooka, which is actually very similar, which is actually very similar to the RX-78's bazooka, because this mobile suit is actually based off the RX-78. It was supposed to be its successor. It was pretty decent, I'll be honest with you. I believe it's one of his best weapons. And finally, this mobile suit has a very unique accessory, and this is what I guess a lot of people love this kit for, is he has his Shogun armor. Okay, so basically the Shogun armor is made up of the inner frame as well as the armor pieces that you have to put on after this. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick look of basically how the inner frame looks. It's actually really good, and I mean, to be honest with you, if you have 2 Alexes, this is probably what you probably would want to do. You probably want to display it like this, and you also want to probably display it in the fully armored form. But yeah, basically the armor consists of additional verniers, little flap gimmicks and stuff like that to hide some of the verniers. It's actually really cool when it comes to think about it. The only thing I would say, with putting on this armor, you kind of actually forfeit some of the articulation of this kit. For instance, the arm could only go up like this much and stuff like that, so it's sad, but what can you do? It's actually, but like I said, for the aesthetic look, it looks really good, but again, I guess you can't have it both ways, of having the armor on as well as the articulation, so just keep that in mind. This here is the Shogun armor fully completed. Now there are accessories in addition to have this looking movie accurate or anime accurate, and if we start off by going to the OVA accurate, you could change out the V-fin to a broken V-fin. So by doing that, you could have him looking anime accurate, or should I say OVA accurate. So this is basically how he looked in the OVA after the battle with the GUNPLA. So you could have him displayed like this if chosen. In the manga, in addition to this one accessory, you also get the accessory related to the manga. So this is what the face mask consists of. It also consists of a back piece for the mask as well, covering the entire Gundam set. So let's put it on and see what it looks like. So this is what the Alex looks like with the face mask on. If you turn to the back, you see that it covers the camera at the back. There's some missiles to the side of the helmet as well to give it some extra firepower. So in all, it looks pretty decent. It almost reminds me of like a NFL player, which is kind of cool. But like I said, with this aesthetic on, you sacrifice some articulation. So for instance, the arms don't go up much at all. You do get your 360 here, you get your full 360 with the head without a problem. You do sacrifice the leg movement in the sense whereby you could only raise this much. You do get your bend a little bit, but again, because of the armored back skirting, it's being blocked. You do get your ankle articulation. You do get your toe articulation as well as your heel articulation. But like I said, because of the, having the armor on, it's a bit of a disadvantage because, again, like I said, it's not very posable. It's more like a statue. You do get your gimmicks in the sense whereby you still get the Gatling gun effect and stuff like that. You can't use your shield as well as you can't use the majority of your weapons. You could probably use maybe your rifle, but then again, like I said, there's not much you could really do when it's like in this mode. But then again, like I said, it's very steady. Very, very, very steady. When you really think about it, it just looks really, really good. But the thing is, like I said, you sacrifice a lot by putting it like this. Okay guys, here's my verdict. The kit itself is pretty good. You get a lot for your money with this kit. You get the Shogun armor, you get a lot of accessories and stuff like that. It's pretty good for the price point of this kit. This kit you usually could get this kit for probably around like maybe 60 bucks or so. And like I said, for that price, you get a lot. So that's kind of cool. The only thing is that it's not too anime accurate. The proportions are off a little bit on this guy, but like I said, it's still a good kit. You don't get anything like parts falling off or any kind of thing like that. It's pretty solid. My only gripe is the Shogun armor in some sense, because like I said, once you put this Shogun armor on, it's pretty much a brick kit. It's not, I mean, there's a couple of gimmicks with the Shogun armor, like for instance, you could still use the Gatling gun. There's a little flap where you could, display him with the thrusters and stuff like that. But other than that, like I said, he's not very posable once he's like this. Usually I keep mine in the unarmored form, so that way I could display him properly and stuff like that. So that's my take on it. I would give this kit probably a 7 out of 10. The articulation is very similar to the RX-78. I didn't show it in this video because pretty much, like I said, the same thing that you get with the RX-78 you get with this kit guy. And not only that, I kind of didn't want to really, move the joints up too much because, like I said, I painted this kit and I just don't want to get too much of like scratches and stuff like that or paint rub. Okay guys, this is the end of the video. If you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe. And with that said, peace out.